power, stronger than cement. Trust me, all the hard times I ever seen. You got a high purpose, high calling. Even when you're alone, you're still important. It might seem impossible, but just keep moving forward. It's not the destination, the journey is rewarded. Don't be a worrier, be a warrior. You'll be the winner at the end of the story, victorious. Doesn't matter where you start, you can win. Doesn't matter where you're from, you can win. Doesn't matter if it's hard, you can win. You can win, you can win. You might have lost before, but you can win. When your back's against the wall, you can win. When it's 1 against 1,000, you can win. You can win, you can win. You might have You are stronger than your fears and setbacks, never forget that. Nothing on this earth can overpower you. You got the strength to power through, living truth. Dig in the roots, better Bruce. Dig deep in your soul, you got a lot to use. A lot to lose now, you can never lose if you never quit. Overwhelmed and submerged, but you never submit. You got stand power, stronger than cement. Trust me, all the hard times I ever seen. You got a high purpose, high calling. Even when you're alone, you're still important. It might seem impossible, but just keep moving forward. It's not the destination, the journey is rewarded. Don't be a worrier, be a warrior. You'll be the winner at the end of the story, victorious. Doesn't matter where you start, you can win. Doesn't matter where you're from, you can win. Doesn't matter if it's hard, you can win. You can win, you can win. You might have lost before, but you can win. When your back's against the wall, you can win. When it's 1 against 1,000, you can win. You can win, you can win. You are stronger than your fears and setbacks, never forget that. Nothing on this earth can overpower you. You got the strength to power through, living truth. Dig in the roots, better Bruce. Dig deep in your soul, you got a lot to use. A lot to lose now, you can never lose if you never quit. Overwhelmed and submerged, but you never submit. You got stand power, stronger than cement. Trust me, all the hard times I ever seen. You got a high purpose, high calling. Even when you're alone, you're still important. It might seem impossible, but just keep moving forward. It's not the destination, the journey is rewarded. Don't be a worrier, be a warrior. You'll be the winner at the end of the story, victorious. Doesn't matter where you start, you can win. Doesn't matter where you're from, you can win. Doesn't matter if it's hard, you can win. You can win, you can win. You might have lost before, but you can win. When your back's against the wall, you can win. When it's 1 against 1,000, you can win. You can win, you can win. You are stronger than your fears and setbacks, never forget that. Nothing on this earth can overpower you. You got the strength to power through, living truth. Dig in the roots, better Bruce. Dig deep in your soul, you got a lot to use. A lot to lose now, you can never lose if you never quit. Overwhelmed and submerged, but you never submit. You got stand power, stronger than cement. Trust me, all the hard times I ever seen. You got a high purpose, high calling. Even when you're alone, you're still important. It might seem impossible, but just keep moving forward. It's not the destination, the journey is rewarded. Don't be a worrier, be a warrior. You'll be the winner at the end of the story, victorious. Doesn't matter where you start, you can win. Doesn't matter where you're from, you can win. Doesn't matter if it's hard, you can win. You can win, you can win. You might have lost before, but you can win. When your back's against the wall, you can win. When it's 1 against 1,000, you can win. You can win, you can win. You are stronger than your fears and setbacks, never forget that. Nothing on this earth can overpower you. You got the strength to power through, living truth. Dig in the roots, better Bruce. Dig deep in your soul, you got a lot to use. A lot to lose now, you can never lose if you never quit. Overwhelmed and submerged, but you never submit. You got stand power, stronger than cement. Trust me, all the hard times I ever seen. You got a high purpose, high calling. Even when you're alone, you're still important. It might seem impossible, but just keep moving forward. It's not the destination, the journey is rewarded. Don't be a worrier, be a warrior. You'll be the winner at the end of the story, victorious. Doesn't matter what
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to our Saturday morning edition of the Walking This Ways Impact Wars podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Furman Jackson Jr., broadcasting again out of the DFW Dallas Fort Worth, Texas metropolitan area. We're very excited, very fortunate. And once again, we thank everybody rocking with us on a continual basis. Every live stream, every Tuesday, every Wednesday, every Saturday, every week. And I say we want to thank everybody for continuing rocking with us since day one. Along with me, my lovely co-host out of Miami, Florida herself, the Kingdom Chick herself, Miss Nancy. What's going on, Nancy? How are you doing this great Saturday?
Happy Saturday. Doing great. Blessed. Great to be here and have our lovely guest.
Man, that's what's up. And like I said, we're here again. We're very honored, very excited, very privileged. You know how we do here, Nancy. You know, we love having extraordinary people who are doing extraordinary things. People that's all about making a constant impact. People that's all about using like that God-given gift, that God-given talent. And most importantly, it's all about bringing forth the good news. You know what I'm saying? It's all
Amen.
about being a light, being an example everywhere you go. You know, the whole saying you got to lead by example, and that's what we do, lead by example. Well, before we get started, I got to go ahead and bring this affirmation in. I know I did this on Wednesday episode, but I want to bring it back again. That's what I wrote. I am set to create my own kingdom and establish my empire. I am committed to a principle mentality, prioritizing my actions over words. I recognize my value and hold my standard, refusing to demolish them for anyone. I embrace who I am and won't be enslaved by the opinions of others. I won't conform simply to fit in because I am clear about my identity. And that's what it's all about, knowing your identity, knowing your cause, knowing your value. And Nancy, I had to reach out to our guest because I love our guest. I love the way she brings the energy. I love the way she's uplifting. She's always upbeat. She's always about bringing positive energy, positive vibe to ones that need it. Because, people are going through things, people dealing with things. You just never know the person may be going through, dealing with. But this individual, Nancy, she's always uplifting, have a smile on her face, and she's always taking time on her productive schedule to bring forth daily word, positivity. She's a podcast host herself. She's an entrepreneur in her own right. She's a woman of all trades. She do a lot of great stuff. And I had to reach out to her, and then we got Queen V with us. So we want to give a big shout out to Queen V. Thank you, Queen V, taking time out your productive schedule to rock with us, to be with us this morning. How are you doing?
I'm good, and thank you so much for having me. Hey, everyone.
Man, awesome, cool. Be like I said, we are live streaming on all social media platforms. We're live streaming on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram. So we thank everybody for just following in. Like I said, I love your energy, Queen V. I love what you represent. You're all about positivity. You're all about being upbeat. So just take us to the beginning. Who is Queen V? Who is this extraordinary woman that's all about her business, all about her assignment, and just, what I'm saying, just handling business?
So I from Crowley, Texas. I live outside of Fort Worth, and basically, I started out in opera. So that's what I started out when I was 13, sing opera in 4 different languages: German, Italian, Russian, and French. And after a while, I guess as I kept going through it, I'm saying, life happened. I ended up having a baby. So, you got to kind of transition. And as I transitioned, I got into interviews. But before I actually got into interviews, I was married, divorced now, but his father was really great. He was in the industry. So he's the one who kind of introduced me into the game. We were together for 8 years. So he introduced me. We did everything. So when I was able to branch off on my own, I already had like fans. People already knew me. Now it was just my time to shine. But as I, watched everybody and everybody what they did, nobody was really positive. Everybody was hating on everybody. Everybody had something to say about the next. Like, they work at Whataburger and I'm making $25 an hour, but at least they're doing something. So at the end of the day, you had people, as they seen what I wrote or what I said, they'd get in my inbox like, "Hey V, can I talk to you for like 30 minutes? I just want to talk." And I'm like, "You just want to talk? What are you even talking about?" They're like, "I just want to tell you about my life and I just want you to listen. Like, I feel like you might be able to give me some type of positive feedback because everybody else is so negative, but what am I doing wrong?" So after a while getting these messages, I'm like, well, maybe I should talk to everybody. But at the same time, it was for me as well. Because, I'm saying, overcoming in a divorce, you got 2 kids, single mom, you're out here grinding. So it's like, not only do I need the message, but other people might as well. So when I get up and I'm saying the message is also for me too, because it's like, we got to keep going. I'm saying? It's not only men out here that can leave legacies. Women, we are powerful. We are really important, really. So, I'm saying? We need to be as strong as the men instead of saying like, hey, can they pay everything and can they do this? No. You can do it. You can go get a bag just like them. You can go do exactly what they do. You might be able to hustle way better than them. You know, we can do things that kings cannot. That's why we are the queens. And it's like, I want the women just to embrace that. Come on, like, get up and let's do it. Like, I know it might be hard, but it's going to be very rewarding because you don't have to ask that man, can you pay my bill today? Or can you take me? You can do what you want to. And then you can date the man that you want to. You know what I'm saying? And then you leave a legacy. You have something that you left behind where they say, like, this powerful Black woman or this powerful Mexican or the white, it doesn't matter, just the woman themselves. We got to be more independent.
Right. And you know what? And that's what it's all about. You know, it's all about knowing who you are, embracing your identity, and everything starts with the mindset, dealing with the mind. Like, who are you? You know, why are you here for? What am I all about? You know, that's why I created this thing that I did the other day when I wrote this out, and I want to start doing it every time we do the show. You know, you're establishing your own kingdom. You're establishing your own empire. You know,
I got a woman's empowerment one. You want to hear it?
Yeah, go ahead.
It says, I am a cherished daughter of the King, empowered by his love and grace. I stand strong in faith, radiant in strength, wisdom, and compassion, confident in the purpose he has set out for me.
Yes, I love it. I like that. That's something I want to get tattooed on me.
But you know what? It's all about waking up. You know, you're waking up on purpose, knowing who you are, knowing your value. And that's what all about. Like I said, I want you to come on the show because I said I love what you're doing. It's real, it's pure, it's not fake, it's not phony.
But
Right.
sometimes people don't know who they are. Like they say, like, V, I don't know who I am. You know, when it takes that time of that solidation, you know what I'm saying? You might have to turn that TV off. You might have to turn that social media off a little bit to see who you are, because so many times we see those views and we see those likes and we see those girls half naked or the men doing what they doing. And I want to be like them. But it's like, in reality, you might want to be like them, but behind closed doors, you really want to be, you really want to be like yourself. These people out here, they don't even have a bag. You know what I'm saying? They living on the couch. And it's not bad, but I'm just saying, but you would think they have it all together. The point is to make sure you have yourself together in life. Fuck what they got on the social media, but so many people are so caught up in it. I mean, I get it.
What you see isn't really what's going on. It's all a front.
An illusion. They done got their booties drew out from the apps that you paying $9.99 for, widen they shit out. You see the person and you like, did you get deflated or what?
Right. It is going on today. We sit on the constant base on both the male and the female side. We see how everything is all over the place. You see, and I see more, and I see on, which is, I don't agree with it, but a lot of the guys now, I think the individual guys, I see them complaining more about women. I see them complaining that she's gonna take everything from you. She's gonna get your, all this crazy stuff. But I never see anyone take accountability. Like I told anybody, and I say this today, I never seen anyone walk up to a guy and say, you know what, I'm gonna take everything you got. I'm going to use you. I'm going to abuse you. I'm going to mistreat you. I never seen that happen. And it ain't going to happen. But when it happened, when they go through that situation, it's her fault. It's her fault I'm not successful. It's her fault I'm not ahead in life. No, because you made that decision. Yes. So you have to take responsibility for your action. That's why I don't like these groups where guys bash women. I don't like it. It's that red pill community. I don't like it. I seen guys get off into that. Like, don't tag me into your red pill rhetoric because you have issues, son. And it seems like you need to go get some real therapy because them type of dudes are dangerous. They're the type who beat women. They're they're very manipulative and everything else. So they're very, very dangerous. I don't get down with that red pill rhetoric. I'm going about knowing who you are. Learn from your mistakes. Learn from the choice that you made. Stop blaming everybody for everything, because at the end of the day, Queen V and Nancy, you have to answer for everything you do on your own. You know what I'm saying? So why point the finger at everybody when you say, you know what, woe is me? You know, because at the end of the day, we gotta see our own self in the mirror. I gotta look at Furman in the mirror. So it's like, okay, what can Furman do better for himself? Because everything starts with self first. And you mentioned about knowing you are. You know, we see a lot of people feel like, okay, I got to get the bag. That's what made me. I got to get the girl. I got to get the guy. I got to get all this work done. But at the same time, they're empty on the inside. They're
broken.
Unhappy. They're broken.
Who have been broke broken by other females or males.
Mhm.
They're, they're dealing with traumas that, they've not faced yet. So they're spilling it out onto the media,
Yeah. And
and
competition with everybody. I never knew that the women and the men were supposed to be in competition. I thought it was like we were supposed to be teammates when we get together.
Right.
It's like
well,
you make more than me, or
that's
I
the
make more than you.
consequence after the fall. That was a consequence.
Yeah.
Well, I believe we supposed to complement one another. Like you mentioned the team aspect. This is my opinion. I believe we are to complement one another. We supposed not compete but complement. My thing that I put together, I believe we should motivate, inspire, and hold each other accountable. Because at the end of the day, when you're with someone, it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be exciting. Most important, okay, we have goals, but I also have individual goals as well. We are to cheer for each other. Hey, you say you want to do this, okay? You need to go 1,000% in what you want to do. If we think like, well, everybody don't think like that.
Yeah.
That's why you have to create. So everybody don't think like. But anyway, what you say about that, Queen V? Just the excitement. What happened to the excitement? What happened to the fun of just living life? Everybody like just so angry and bitter, and they won't be toxic. And
They do. And I think it's within self. I think that people should be able to, they got to heal. They got to they got to take it backwards. They got to go back to what hurt them from childhood to be able to, because a lot of these people have resentment for their mamas. And then they go and
right,
get
A lot of them don't have dads in their
there
lives.
you go. So now they get in these relationships and you have resentment for your mama, you hate your daddy, and now you in this relationship trying to say that you love your girl, your wife, and kids.
You can't even love yourself.
Do you hear me? And then that's when it happens with the kids, and the girl ends up having kids with these men. It could be women too at the same time, but
right.
it's like then the man doesn't really want to be in the kid's life because it's like I didn't have my parents, so it's fine that I see him 2 hours a week. Like, what are you complaining about? And it's just like, okay. So,
But that
yield.
and that's the thing too. And I hate it, like they talk about the Anthony Edwards situation. With the girl he had having a baby with, how he paid his child support up front to the judge because he didn't want to have no dealings with her or the baby, as the report said. But the real victim is the child. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Now this child is getting caught up. This child gonna be exposed to all kind of stuff, trauma, hurt. For he's gonna end up committing crime, whatever else he's gonna end up doing. But it's our community. What will happen to our community? And I see it's like it's crazy out here. Like it's like the brokenness. And I'm gonna go biblical for a moment. What the scripture tells us, a house divided won't stand. And we see a house divided right now in our own community.
That's the enemy's goal, to break up houses and separate families.
Mm-hmm. And it's leading that way. Because social media, people see all that stuff. Talking about we going outside, everybody say it, but it's like I'm mad at my man, I'm going outside, or I'm mad at my girl, and so they think she cheating, I think she cheating, so we gonna cheat. Like a lot of people, they come to me about their relationships, and I thought she was cheating, so I went and cheated. Like, so we doing tit for tat when we grown? Like you thought? Like what happened to the communication skills? What happened to sitting down and talking about it? Like we just do dumb shit, and then after that, I feel like the trust is broken. People say after people cheat and they do, what I'm saying, but you ain't trusting him. He gone. The minute he don't come home with that time, it's 1:03, and you said he was supposed to be home at 12:45. Boy, you are going insane, thinking he's cheating. It's over with. But it's just like people forget about communications. They overthink instead of let's talk about it. Let's put it on the table.
Right. And I agree. And that go back to the honesty part. It's just like you mentioned the independent part. Women, it's not wrong with a woman being responsible. Once again, that's my opinion. I know a lot of people hear that word or independent. It's just as responsible. Okay, before you met her, she had her own place. She was making her own money. She was handling her own responsibility. What man don't want a responsible woman in his life? Like God forbid something happened to him. She know that how she has know that hold it down. So why run from that? Why do you want somebody dumb, blind, stupid, don't know what to do, but settle for that? But if she know how to handle business, that's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But also y'all looking out for each other. Like you said, the communication part. And I understand why people tick for tack. Because I heard a story too where this lady, she was married. Her husband went to Las Vegas with a friend. He admitted he slept with somebody in Vegas. Well, her response was she's gonna do the same thing, but she's gonna bring the person to their house and do it.
She took it too far.
But you don't realize.
But I get it, but you can't tell a person how to take it. But damn.
But at the end of the day, you don't think that you can track some type of sexual transmitted disease? AIDS and HIV is still out to this day.
For sure.
Or you get pregnant.
And then what happens next? So when she bring the person, then he gonna sleep again. And then she gonna sleep again. It's gonna be just nobody's gonna stop. It's just gonna be forever.
Endless cycle.
Why y'all trying to build? And then somebody mad because, oh, you done took the money we just made and went with Sarah and bought her a chain. And this is gonna get worse and worse and worse. And then y'all keep building. And then after so many years, y'all like, we can't do this. And y'all start from scratch. And it was a waste of time. Y'all should have got out in the beginning. People stay too long, I feel like. And I mean, I get it when they're married in the Bible. I get all of that. But at the same time, no. As a woman, after a while, you cannot just stay there. I was there for 8 years. And you know what I'm saying? And I built the man. He's my ex-husband. Great. You know what I'm saying? We did things totally different. I worked the 3.5. I worked the 3 jobs. I paid the child support. I paid the bills. He was the stay-home daddy. He raised the kids. He mopped, he swept, and he cleaned every day. He did everything that a woman would do if she was staying at home. We switched roles because it was best for our household. I'm the one who worked. So I'm working on time parent meetings and all that. He's doing it. They calling him. I'm literally working 3 jobs, paying the child support, going to school. I'm the man in the household. You know what I'm saying? But then he was a 4-time felon. So what was he going to really do? You can go to work and make $10. I can work 3 and make a lot more than you. So let me go to work. But then after that, it's like you build the man. So after that, I build them. Like I got you a trucking company. I did everything I needed to do so you could make you some money. After that, when a man got to feeling himself, what happens? He
reduced it.
The man started making about 5, you know what I'm saying? He cool, but he never really just seen a lot of money. So when he's driving this truck and he's making $5,000 a week, you know what I'm saying? And I used to pay the bills for all these months. He like, well, shit, I'm making some money so you can still do what you're doing and I can pay a percentage. No, you need to pay 50-50 now because we have a child. Oh, you don't want to do that? Well, guess what? I still own the company. So I'm taking everything back and I'm sending you back to the streets. And it's exactly what I did. I wasn't playing no games. Divorce. I paid for everything. You get 50-50. You don't have to worry about child support, but I'm going to send you back where you came from because I'm not going to play. And now I'm back building myself. But as I learn, these days, I will not build another man up. You either have to meet me halfway or, hey.
He's going to be built already.
Thank you. Thank you.
You took the words out of my mouth, Nancy. I was about to ready to say it anyway because he should be already established within himself.
Gotcha.
All that my better half, I don't believe in my better half because I'm already the whole thing when we got together. Mm-hmm. That's just my mindset. That whole thing, she completes me. Nobody don't complete you. You complete yourself. This person makes me happy. No, you make your own self happy. But see, these are cliches we used to say. Didn't realize what we were saying because you don't base your happiness on anyone else because you can leave the day tomorrow. So you gonna be miserable?
Yeah, right.
You gonna be sad? Go ahead.
I have a question for you. How did you know that? Because somebody else told me this prior to when this all started.
The Holy Spirit. I don't know. I don't know nothing, girl. I just thought when it says talk, we talk.
Yeah. Yep. I love her already. The Spirit guides her. Yes, I like that. That's me right there. The Holy Spirit. Yeah. But she was completely right. Like completely right. It was like, damn. And I had a sign and a warning before all this happened. A lady I used to work with, she was from New York. She came down. I don't know where she came from, but she had hit me up in my inbox. I started working for her. We went into banking. And as she was getting to know me, I was telling her what I was doing. She said, girl, I'm trying to tell you this word. Don't do this. It's going to be, he's going to fuck you over. Like she just trying to tell me. But of course, I'm like, girl, I just met you. I start working for you. You know what I'm saying? You know, as a woman, you hating because I'm finally finding my, and she was completely.
No, she was warning you.
Completely right. You've got to watch your signs because they will come for you. And it's up to you to accept them. Because after 8 years, it's like I learned a little bit, but it was like after 8 years, I would probably be making some money right now. You know what I'm saying? Set because I would have put the 8 years in myself.
Wow. Hey, but I applaud you. I mean, for what you were doing, you did it and made it happen. And
you learned from it. Now you can help others.
Fact.
Right.
Everything happens for a reason, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it does.
I got to interview both of y'all.
Hey, just let us know. We look forward to it. Like I said, on that note, you do a lot of great things, Queen V. You do a lot, like your podcast yourself. You do a lot of interviews. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about your show. You know what I'm saying? You have one that, you know what I'm saying? I like to give honor to who honor's due. You have one of the fastest growing podcasts here in the DFW. Let's talk about that. Take us behind the scene of the show. Let's talk about the show. It's a hot show. I catch it on. I think it's Wednesday night.
Yeah, I've been doing it for
Yeah.
like 3 years. I probably have had 5 cancellations in my whole life for days. So I'm really excited about that because a lot of people like to play. But I don't charge people to get on. I think that's one of the biggest things. A lot of people just want to come talk. I just want to come talk. And it's the Real Life with Queen V show because we can talk about anything. It's my show. There's no rules. And I made it that way because I was at work. I do sales for a living. And I was selling life insurance. And my boss used to get on that call and she'd say, look, she said, we need to have a meeting when you get off this stuff because we're not making no sales. We make money here. Call me when you get off. So when I called her, she said, look, this is not the Queen V show. Go make you one. You need to learn how to sell. You need to she cussed me out. You need to shut the fuck up, listen to their needs and sell to what they want. You sign your own check every day. You need to make you some money here. If you want a damn show, go make you one. And I sat there for like a week and I was like, did she really talk to me like this? But she was correct, but damn. So I'm like, let me make my own show. She's right. So I made my own show. I was kind of nervous because, I'm like, how are people going to react to me? Because a lot of people used to tell me when I was young, just smile. Don't talk, just smile. Because I guess that, I don't know, they're like, you over talk or you're saying too much. And I just love to talk. Like I have that gift of gab. So everybody would be like, just smile. Let us talk for you. So I wanted to talk. So when I have my show, I start bringing people on and people just start talking about their genuine life. Like Victoria, I was addicted to drugs for like 15 years and I'm still addicted to them right now. Like, what should I do? Like, how do I? So I began to help people. And then I started getting into the artistry, like artists, because of course I sing opera. And then, I kind of needed like a gate because I had my own show singing opera, right? With my ex-husband and I was the black opera and Dallas did not like it. Let's just keep it 1,000. Like, they're like, this is good, but not here. You need to figure out where you're going to do it at. So I'm like, okay, cool. So if I go in through talking and you guys vibe to me this way, then when I build my platform and build me for me, I could put myself on because I done met everybody. And then since my ex-husband was so plugged in when we was married, I knew everybody because I paid for everything. So you best believe when I was paying, I was clocking names. So after we got our divorce, I'm right back. Hey, remember that $3,500 I gave you? Period. I need an interview. You just show up. I got you. Yeah. Hey, remember that $1,500? I got the receipt. Yeah, can you do an interview with me? Yeah, okay, perfect. Thank you, because I know you didn't use all them funds because I don't remember no tracks that was sent, nothing. So we got a refund or are you finna come to the show? So then that's when I started doing like live interviews. But this one lady, it's nothing bad about her, but we got into it a little bit. But she put me on to her platform in the very beginning. This is how I started doing live interviews. She had a big show, and I don't feel like when I came in there, I brought a lot of people. I put about $250 in her pocket. I'm doing the interviews and I'm not getting paid for it, but I'm putting $250 in your pocket and coming to do the interviews. This is a steal for you right now. So when I get in there, I find Vita Loca. Then my cameraman is like, we don't got no space. We see Vita. Go get Vita Loca. And I'm like, go get Vita Loca and do a live interview with her. I've never even done live interviews. It's only been he said, go get Vita Loca. We just paid $250. You better walk out here with something. I'm like, okay, we're going to go get Vita. So we go get Vita and I sit her down and I'm like, hey, I'm Queen V. Like, I'm just trying to do, I'm kind of nervous. This is my first time doing this. And I'm like, okay. So she's like, well, come on. I'm like, okay, we're here. And my cameraman's like, sit down. I'm like, we're doing it. He's like, act normal. I'm like, I'm trying. And so I interview and she's like, I'm the other V. she's real wide open. I love Vita Loca, but she's like, I'm the V with the pussy. She talking about sex and all kind of shit. I'm like, whoa, and then after that, I start to build my resume because now I'm like, now that I got Vita, now I went to DJ Papa Ron because he used to manage my ex-husband. So after DJ Papa Ron, I'm asking him for the game. And then as I'm going down the list, it's just, I had shout out to Money. He put me on to DDMA Money. He put me on to Trey G from K104. But see, the thing about it is if you put me in the room, I'll do the rest. You only got to crack the door. I'm gone after that. So by the time I meet Trey G from K104, I'm with him for 5 minutes. I done already got his cell phone number, where he got everything. He come back and we finna start the interview. And Money say, you already got the man number and everything? I'm like, yeah, so after this, I can bring it to my platform. He was like, this is not what we're supposed to be doing. I'm like, you should have left me in a room with him for 5 minutes. So he said, yeah, she was worse than Jay-Z. I'm a hustler, baby. And I'm like, and I just walked out because we on it. So he was my date to the Dallas BET Awards last year because I got it through the Dallas BET Awards. They loved my resume. And everybody that I interviewed, the feedback was great. So it's like if I needed them to vouch for me for the next person, they're like, oh, V was wonderful. We just that and the third. So I just kept building. So now I work a lot with the radio, you know what I'm saying? Because I built it up. I've done Peace Skills. I've done Space Boy Fresh. I've done Trey G. I've done J. Cruz. So I just start building my resume. So now they kind of feel like, oh, maybe she's like a plug in the city because she knows so many people. So then I stick with the artist. But right now I'm about to go into boxing. I kind of want to,
Okay.
right in my horizon. I've never had a fight in my life. So I think that they would be kind of cool to see, like, why do y'all want to fight people for a living? Like, I never even went to ISS. So it's like, why do you want to fight these people? Like, you want to get beat up for a living? Like, I have so many questions to ask them just to broaden my, my resume. But yeah,
Man,
it's like a platform just for people to come in and talk. And artists, but a lot of these artists, I love them, but they don't want to put the work in. You got to put the work in. You got to have some money. They feel like because they done had a little bit of this $100, this $1,000 that they didn't have for the whole month, they popping. And I understand it is more than what, but you got to have investment money. You need to be having a job. If you're not on like that, you need to have a job just for investing in yourself in music. You got music videos. You got to have motherfucking portfolios, bios. It's more to it than just rapping this song. To really get, you got to have a team, and they don't understand that. It's just like, so it's like, okay, well, we can keep talking, but until I see somebody that's really doing something, I'm not really big on just, hey, I got an artist that I think you might like, and I think we could really, because it's gonna make me look crazy, like V.
Right, I agree totally. Matter of fact, hold that thought. We're gonna jump off into that. We're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we're gonna be right back with our topic discussion with the lady herself, Queen V.
Of heaven, bread of heaven, feed me till I want no more. I got two beautiful babies, and I got two baby daddies. Both babies born out of wedlock. God still love me, was happening. Raised in the church straight because of her beautiful heart, but don't cross me. Been hurt by my own, see solo alone. Strapped with that word that's define me. Been in this church so long, feel like the walls are closing in. Seem like every time I try to do right, all they see is my sin. They talk about each other, they sleeping together, they laugh at the money, the power, the fame. They watch the saints, rewriting your bank. Cut all the tears they do in your name. How come to speak the truth? Releasing God people from bondage. My Savior, my King, your glory I sing. I bow and pay in homage every day, Lord. I pray for my people in music. I come to take back what the devil took. No longer he won't abuse it. Put the guns down. All together we fall to our knees. God renew our mind. I stand in the gap for the street. He said in his word, humble yourself and pray. Turn to me from your wicked ways. He will forgive you. You will be saved. I'm holding it down for my ladies. Sing, mama, I know that you hit me. The rock of your home, you do it alone. God got you and he's got me. Remember they crucified Jesus Christ. Mary, baby, they took his life. She stayed to the end, prayed again and again. She knew her baby was the light. Don't give up on God. Pray for our men every day. If you got 2 or 3 people gather in the midst, you will be saved. No more looking back. God is attack. Fighting by blood and flesh alone. Against principality, spiritual wickedness. But God is on the throne. Bread of heaven. Feed me till I want no more. He keepers the kingdom of heaven. I will not thirst no more. Bread of heaven. Hold me with your powerful hand. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Because that is time to stand. Bread of heaven. Feed me till I want no more. Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven. I will not thirst no more. Bread of heaven. Hold me with your powerful hand. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Because that is time to stand. Bread of heaven. Visuals.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back here on the Walking This Way Impact Wars podcast. That was DJ Madonna, Bread of Heaven, out of my hometown of Mobile, Alabama. She will be on the show this month. So we're looking forward to interviewing DJ Madonna about the work she's doing. But also, Nancy, we're very excited to have Queen V with us. Like I said, she doing extraordinary things right here in the DFW. That's what it's all about, man. Extraordinary people doing extraordinary things. People making stuff happen. They're not waiting around for somebody to get an opportunity. They are making opportunities. Before we go any further, we'll talk. You mentioned something about the investment part, putting your money where your mouth is. I know, and that's something, and I've seen people struggle with that for a very, very long time, not putting the money in what they believe in, what they do. I believe in anything you do, you should put in 1,000%. No, go get a job. It's so many opportunities to go get a job. You DoorDash, Lyft, Uber, Eats, whatever, to invest in yourself. There is no excuses. That's why I say as you hold that thought, because why are I'm gonna say everybody individual, I don't say everybody, but individuals for some form of fashion are scared to invest in themselves. Why is that? What do they feel like they're missing out on something? They scared to put the money up. I know
They can't believe in themselves. You can't believe in yourself if you don't think that investing in yourself is going to bring it back. Do you really believe in yourself? Because if I believe in myself, I'm gonna put my money where so I can get it back. I believe in what I'm doing, so I'm gonna put my money out there. That's why I put my money when I do these interviews. I gotta pay the cameraman, I gotta pay for the building, but they don't pay me. I'm coming out the pocket every time I do this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you still gotta put you still gonna have to put some money out on you, but you don't believe in yourself, and then you want to holler, I charge for what? You want me to pay you for what? You don't even want to put money where you at. So why should I invest in you? You need to find you somewhere else to go, because I'm not going to pay you nothing if you can't pay for yourself to get on. Like, you don't want to pay for nothing.
And you're right about that. To believe in yourself, and it takes sacrifice. Everybody, and I have people say it is, why look the part when you could be the part? Everybody want to look the part. They want to buy the latest this, latest that. But
they want to fake it till they make it.
And that's a bad analogy to have, because you buying all this name brand stuff, but you don't have any. You're nasty and corrupt on it. It's like the house. Like the house look good on the outside. The lawn was done, looking good, money green grass. But soon you walk in that house, it's nasty, it's filthy, it's disgusting, and that's how they live their life. They'll dress the outside up, but on the inside, it's filthy.
Facts.
And like she mentioned, it's the investment. And what it is, and I said this before too, individuals, they want the success, but they don't want to sacrifice anything in order to obtain that success, if that makes sense.
For sure.
Because they don't want to sacrifice the short-term pleasure. They want the short-term pleasure to have a long-term success, which means you're going to have to cut some weekends out. You're going to have to cut going out. You're going to have to cut doing this, hanging out here, doing it. And that's what they don't want to give up.
Yeah, you might have to sit your ass down and get another trade or get another license that can give you a little bit of money more per hour, so you don't have to do the extra. You're supposed to work smarter, not harder. So if you find something else, they're like, okay, if I can see what out here that I can make a little bit more, go to school for like 2 months or whatever, I can get $5 more than what I'm making now, then I could add that towards this, and I don't have to work 6-7 jobs. I can still do what I need to do. So I just need to take these little months out, pass this test, get me a new job, and I'm straight. But they don't even think like that. They're like, I got to work all day. Not really. You just got to add a little bit more to what you got and then go get that. You are him. She is you. So don't ever stop believing in yourself. You just got to make them people believe it. You know what I'm saying? But you better have it on paper. So you go get that certificate or whatever, and you go in there and act like you've been doing this. You know what I'm saying? This is what I do. I'm very good at this, sell them. It's just a selling technique. And then when you get in there, you get 2 weeks of training. So you better pay attention so you don't get fired.
Right. Because, without a vision, the people perish. And that's what they don't have a vision. Yeah, I heard it, and you probably heard this post before. You got some people who live for the weekend, and you got those who thinking about 3 generations ahead of them. Yeah, because people quote this scripture all the time: "A good man leaving the hands for his children." Mm-hmm. Okay, that man, whatever that one, whatever want to say, put in the work. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They just a good man leaving hands for a children. Okay, they put in the work.
Thanks.
The those that's billionaires and millionaires,
put in that work.
They put in the work.
They didn't get no sleep. I be reading those books and everything, talking about you can sleep when you they barely sleeping. I'm gonna sleep, but you know what I'm saying? They're up all day long, like grinding, and the outfits that they wear, you would never think they had $1 in their pocket. They're not over here wearing all that name brand. They're wearing regular ass clothes, and they got a bank full of money, just full of money. That's the difference. They're not going to show you that they got a bag. You know what I'm saying? Some of them, I mean, if they're in the industry, but a lot of these people that are very successful, they're not going to buy all this shit for clothes and shit. They're investing in themselves, trying to make some shit shake. Investing in houses and putting apartment buildings together to put people in there so they have residual income every month from these people paying rent type shit. Not just, I mean, I don't know. It's different things that you should be able to do. Right now, it's hard out here. You see how great groceries are? If people don't get on it, they're going to be out of there. And I do Medicare and sales insurance. So I talk to 65 old and above every day. That's all I do is talk to 65-year-olds. So I get to hear their stories about Victoria. I worked for about 40 years. I was I was a police or I was a firefighter and I didn't retired. And look at this money that they give me. You know what I'm saying? This is what I got. And it's like, you were a firefighter making all this money. This is what you're receiving right now. So can you imagine the people that were making half of what you made or didn't make any near? They're struggling right now. So it's like we really got to get on our shit, you know what I'm saying? But she's like, the game is to get fucked up by the social media or what you see and wanting to be the next, Cardi B and all of that. That's supposed to draw you off from your assignment, which is, to leave. We're supposed to make a change out here.
Right. I agree. Are you gonna be a franchise player or are you just gonna be a role player? Which one you gonna be? A franchise player. Where every time a franchise player goes somewhere, he changed the game. Or you just gonna be a role player, and that's what it is. But we were talking. I'm thinking about that too in Proverbs 13:4. The soul of the sluggard desire it had nothing, but the soul of the diligent should be made fat. And that would make me think about those. The soul of the sluggard, they want these things, they desire these things, but they had nothing. In other words, they didn't want to put in the work. But the soul of the diligent, the one who's grinding, shall be made fat. In other words, they always gonna have. So you got the sluggard, the ones who desire everything, but they don't want to put in the work.
Right.
Oh, I'm tired today.
They want everything the easy way.
But it don't work like that. If you look at the great athletes like the Michael Jordans, the LeBron James, the Tom Brady's of the world, them guys, I'm just using them as an example. Them guys put in the work. The Kobe Bryant, them guys put in the work. It's still the same. You can't go under it. You can't go over it. You can't maneuver aside. You got to go straight to the narrow path because it's all about work ethic. It's all about drive. You know what I'm saying? Even God himself is not lazy. The scriptures talks about being lazy. So where did you get this laziness from? They want these hand-me-outs or some of these guys want a woman to take care of them. Mama, babies. Yeah, because they want to sit at home. They think it's all about their private area, and it's not about your private area. They think that's going to pay the bills.
Because I want to know when the motherfucker get cut off or something go wrong with either one, then what you going to do? You can't sell nothing. You can't, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole other ball game if something happened down there.
Right.
You need to back up for the ones who do shit like that. It ain't gonna always work. I mean, like I said, when I do Medicare, they be on the phone with me at 70. Yeah, my shit still don't get up like it used to, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. All your life, you was doing the most with your shit. Now it's 70. Now you 70, and you trying to figure it out. That Social Security check low. Yeah. Right. Like, it's just like, so, I asked them, because we can kind of on the calls, like, so what made you feel like this is the profession you wanted to take and you didn't have no backup plan? You never thought that it was going to stop working. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely going to help you with your medical benefits for sure. Get you some grocery benefits, some money back in your pocket. But, down the line, if you have any kids, you don't want to teach them to go this way. They should maybe want to go to college or something.
Right, I agree, Queen V, because at the end of the day, and I love one of my coworkers. We had come. That's why I love this fellow. I love OGs. Man, we can talk about real life stuff, real stuff issue. But he said something. Somebody has to break the cycle. That's why I was telling my barber yesterday. Somebody has to break the cycle. Once somebody have a made up mind, hey, enough is enough. We're gonna break this cycle. We're gonna do this thing, and that's it. If not, it's gonna continue on and on and on and on and on. But I believe this.
I think the person that's going to break the cycle is going to be somebody that's chosen, or called or few, or what is it? Some are called.
Many are called, few are chosen. They all scattered. It's very, very scattered. It's out there. They just scattered. But in the ones who are bringing this thing back to the forefront, it's like, you know what? We're going to make this thing work because we in a time now that we are in great times. We're in a time now that there are opportunities presented for themselves, like you mentioned the work thing. So there's really no excuse at all. Like me, for example, I get into investments, and big shout out to Charlotte out of Houston. She turned me on to investments. So I got investments going every month. So that's another thing too, man. Look into investment, man. Get into stocks. Have your money work for you. I'm not talking to be talkative, but I actually do this thing in real life. Why I do investment, so my money can grow. Like I said, I'll be 43 this month.
No way.
Yeah, I'll be 43 this month. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, damn. Why I thought you was like 30.
I get that all the time. Somebody told me, "Wow, man, you 27." No,
No, I'm like, you
23.
lying. You over here lying on this baby.
Yeah, I was born April 23rd. I was born April 23rd, 1982. But I believe in taking care of myself. I do.
That's good.
Make sure you stay. That's another thing, man. Fellas, not fellas, people. Go to the doctor. Make sure you get checked. If you got insurance, go get checked. Find out what's going on with you. Because especially us now, we don't want to go get checked at all. Go get checked, fellas.
But don't be taking all them prescription drugs. You need to go get you some herbs. And prescriptions ain't what it is. You're gonna take 1, 2, 3, and be ended up with 20 before you know it. Go get
Right.
the first. See if you can get a replacement for the natural way first.
Right. Oh, that's another thing. Oh, that's another thing. I do another thing. I do research on that too, man.
I'm not good. I don't get no shots. I don't none of that shit. Like the doctor, we talk, but I don't want none of that. I'm gonna go down here and do this. Just because you know what I'm saying, they just it's a cycle. Like I'm gonna give you this medication and then I'm gonna give you this medication. And then when you get this medication, the side effects is gonna give you this medication. And then before you know it, you got 60 medications and you only needed one.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, for sure.
We all know it's just a business.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, because you know, the pharmaceutical company is $1 trillion industry.
Yes.
They don't want everybody to be healthy. If everybody get healthy, that's gonna put them
They go out of business.
So, like you mentioned, Queen V, they have to put them. Okay, I'm putting you on this medication. Just like you don't take high blood pressure pills. You don't have to take that. You got to change stuff you eat. It's your diet. And if you don't know, do research. All right, you know what I'm saying? But that's what they're gonna do.
Or your dental, your health, your dental. You got to take care of your teeth. I have a tooth back here in my wisdom tooth, and it's out of there. And I went to the doctor. Lady said your blood pressure is so high. If I wanted to take your tooth out right now, did you know we couldn't? And I'm like, my blood pressure high. She's like, yeah, but they try to put me on medication. I got it. But I also learned that you have to take care of your mouth because your teeth have a lot to do with your whole. So I was like, okay, but they're going to put you on medication for my blood pressure, but you don't want to give me pain medicine.
Wow.
I'm good.
So that means take care of your mouth, brush your teeth.
I got surgery on Friday. They taking out 2 teeth on Friday.
I had my wisdom tooth taken.
I got a tooth that I need to take out. So
I got that one right there, and then this one back here. They started out. Look how they try to do me. So it's only the 2 teeth that are bothering. They see it on there. The lady say, "Well, while you're in there, you might as well just get all 6 teeth taken out." I said, 6 teeth taken out for what? You remember? So I went back to my boss. Her name's Victoria, but she really about it. So I went back and talked to her. She said, no, they just trying to get your money. No, you only get the 2 teeth that is affecting you. Why the fuck would you get 6 teeth taken out? And then how much is the bill? First off, she's telling some how much was the 2 teeth? I'm like, they charging me $500 with insurance. She's like, right. So 500 times 6, run that up. You don't need all them teeth taken out. Get your 2 teeth. And after that, every race needs to find their doctors. So black people need to go with black people because we all have different genetics. So the Indians or the white people talking about take all this out when us black people really need that. You don't know, but you just go in there and you just talking to folks and they're like, she said, you see how they said take out 6 teeth? And then when I went to the people, the orthodontics, she was black. And there was a Mexican too. And they were like, no, you just need to get these 2 teeth taken out. They're doing way too much. And I was like, okay, thank you, good. But it was my confirmation that my boss was telling me correctly. So as I move down the line, I know how to handle myself because people, they'll fuck you over walking around here with no teeth and talking about the implant is $2,600. So you wanted me to be walking around here with no teeth.
Wow. And that's, hey, like you said, it's all about the money. But I also know you do work out as well. I see you often. How long have you been into fitness? Because I know
since I was healthy. Young, like 14, 15, like it was a part of our routine. Like my mom, my aunts, everybody worked out. So it was like embedded in us. Like, don't be having you can't be looking bad build. Don't be looking like a booty dude. Like my parents were big on, servings. It says 3 chicken nuggets on this bag and 6 fries. That's all you're getting with your glass of water. Like growing up, very big on nobody was fat. Everybody, like my mom, she was a buyer for Dillard's. And then after that, she got her master's in education. She was an instructional specialist. So she taught the kids how to read when she was young. Like she was in a TEL for 2 schools and she was literally on Oprah. Like they called her on the Oprah show because they did the whole documentary behind her from a school in Mississippi and the school out here in Fort Worth, because both of the schools were about to get shut down because the kids couldn't read. So my mom, being the instructional specialist, she came up with a program to teach the kids how to read so the schools could be saved. And Oprah was so motherfucking just like, what is going on? Because it was a whole turnaround. Like they got hundreds. Like they went from like 0 to 360 real quick. So she was a stun. So my mom went on the Oprah show. She got to teach everybody how to read. And so I think it's just kind of built in my family through everything. Like, and then my aunt on my dad's side, they traveled with Kirk Franklin. They were the backup singers for Kirk Franklin and stuff like that. So it's just like, it's all been intel. Like it's just, I guess it's just kind of built inside. I think that they say that I'm more of like the ratchetest one, I guess, out the whole family.
And awesome stuff. Like I said, you do a lot of great things, and I mean, stay consistent. I know in order for you to see the results, you have to stay consistent, and we know being consistent is key. So I know we press for time and everything. And I don't want to hold y'all ladies up because I know they got things to do. But before we leave, what advice would you give someone on staying consistent?
You got to keep going, but before that, you have to be comfortable with who you are. You got to be able to look in that mirror and say that I love who I am. Because being consistent, it's going to be times when you put your stuff out or you put your photos out or you do whatever, and people are not going to like nothing. They're not going to like nothing. And it can be very discouraging when you see other people that look worse than you or not as talented as you. And it's like they showing their ass or they're doing something that's, disgrading to self. You're like, everybody's on there, but you're talented. You're really about your business and nobody's paying attention to you. You got to be consistent. You got to keep going. You got to love who you are. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to come. It's going to come because you got to remember what's for you is always for you. Nobody can mess that up but you. You know what I'm saying? God already wrote your story. You just acting it out. You know what I'm saying? That's it. And God will show you your signs. That's the biggest thing. We see our signs, but we try to act like we're blind. And then God said, okay, well, we're going to go ahead and do this again. So then you go sitting there crying, I forgot about me. And I don't have well, how many times did you see your signs? You had a confirmation really big and you decided to go left. So God says, we got to get back to training a little bit because when we get here, we don't have time to go backwards. I'm trying to build you for what I have for you. And you know what I'm saying? This is bigger than just you. So you want to take your time? Cool. I got other soldiers that I got ready that are listening to me. So when you're ready, let me know because I'm always going to know, but you're going to take your time. You know what I'm saying? So it's you. What do you want? You have your visions. You have your prophecies. You got your confirmations. It's you that's got to look in that mirror and be like, look, we finna go get it. You know what I'm saying? God's got it. We got it. It's going to come to you. What's for you? It's going to come. Whatever you want to do is going to come. But you got to put that work in and you don't lay on that couch talking about, well, God said my blessing was going to come. So I'm just going to know. You got to put in some work.
You got to. Faith without works is dead.
Trials and tribulations. Everything's not going to be a pretty road. You know what I'm saying? Something's going to come in that road because God's testing you. Are you going to give up on me? Or are you going to look to me? And when you look up, it's going to be like, golly, like I thought I was really out of there now. But if you fold, it's going to be like, okay, he's still here. It's not going to be exactly. We got to kind of build a little bit because I'm building your faith because it's going to get rough up there. And I need you to be ready. So that's where I'm at with it. You got to come on. We got to be ready. Like, we got to be strong. If you're not strong, sit down, read some couple of books and get strong because it's war out here. Every day we're going to war. And you got to put your armor on, and your armor is God. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. You know what I'm saying? No weapon formed against me shall prosper. My visions, whatever. And you manifest. I'm so happy and grateful that money flows to me with these. I'm so happy and grateful that my visions flow to me with these. I'm so happy and grateful that my purpose flows to me with these. Every day, 3, 6, 9, meditation. You say it 3, 6 in the morning, 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, 9 times at night. Every single day you just manifest. We are so powerful and people don't even know it. You got to be believing yourself, though. That's what it is.
Man, I love that. And that's what's up. I know we press for time and stuff. Before we're going to leave, go ahead, plug in all your information so that people know social media sites. How can they catch your podcast and all the other great stuff for those who are watching this with live stream. All before we go, big shout out to TexasBrewRadio.com. We are affiliated with them. So this episode will be on their sites that you can listen to it this week. So big shout out to TexasBrewRadio.com. Before we're going to leave, when I said Queen V, plugging all the social media sites, how can people catch your show? How can it be on your show? And all the other great stuff that you're doing.
Okay, so you can find me on Facebook at Victoria George. I have another Facebook too, Victoria Strader. You can find me on Instagram at queenv_that's_me. And then if you want to watch the podcast, they're on Facebook, but they're also going to be on YouTube, which is Real Life with Queen V 1175. And if you want to get scheduled for an interview, you can just hit me up on social media, like anywhere. any kind of social media, or you can like email me Victoria queenv59@gmail.com. But a lot of people just find me on social media. And if you find me on social media and it takes me a little bit, my social media is crazy with a capital C. So it just takes me a little time because I have to go find it. You have to pull out the bullshit versus the shit that's important. And then I get to
Man, and also be professional, ladies and gentlemen. I say be professional. If you gonna commit to the show, make sure you commit to the show. If something comes up, let her know what's going on ahead of time. Not 30 minutes, not 5 ahead of time. Let's be professional.
We take our time out.
Right.
And I make the flyers. So I make everybody's flyers. I put the music behind it. I do it all. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I be lit if you don't show up. I'm on your shit.
Right. I mean, because I agree, because be on time, be professional. It's all about you. If you was on the other major platforms, yeah, they will be on time. They will do this and do that with no hesitation. But it's all about you, because at the end of the day, you represent your own brand. If you lazy, ghost people all the time, people's not gonna want to deal with you.
And if you don't know how to talk, don't. For me, don't even. I do not like them interviews where you sitting there and it's like, so what do you want to be in 5 years? Whatever God decided for me to be.
Don't you hate that?
Dry answers.
We done shows like that.
You could have just text messaged this or whatever. We next.
Yeah, we done shows like that before too. And some shows, I did this one show, I never put it out because it was all over the place.
Yes.
The individual phone went dead. And they had to jump in the car and say, I had to turn my phone up. I said, you know what? This episode is not going out.
Some of these people be killing me on these. Like, it's just like, so why did you want to come on here?
Like you said, the short answers. That's another. Yeah. I hate that too. You can ask a question.
Breakfast. Okay. You went breakfast. Just whatever I find.
Dead airspace. Just all that dead airspace. So you know what?
Too much this morning, or you didn't get enough sleep.
Yeah. So you know what? You know what? Hey, let's go ahead and cut this short. We gotta do it because it's because you think about it. When you're doing these platforms and you got people watching you, you want to give them their time's worth, right?
Yeah.
So you don't want people to watch your stuff and they got this dead airspace.
And you have to have so many questions, though. Like the person is interviewing, like, you have so many thoughts in your head, and after a while, you're like, do you like to do braids? Do you like to do hair? Like, you're just asking anything. You like ice cream?
Right.
Because I don't know what to ask you no more. I done ran out of everything in 20 minutes, and it's an hour show. I'm like,
right, because I ain't gonna lie. I see you interview people on your show, and I see how some people just don't. They be all over the place, and I see how professional you be, and they just all over the place.
My face expression is the worst because I be having.
I be seeing it like.
Screenshot me like, B, do you see how you was looking at him? I was like, wait, how? And I'm just like,
because you and
like
in a face, and I you know and you see it
screenshots. I'm like, y'all don't put that up there.
Yeah, because you see it like, why is because you take a time in your scale. Okay, I'm thinking you got your stuff together. Now you looking all over the place.
You begged for the 2 weeks every day. Don't forget about me, Queen. Don't forget about me. I'm gonna turn the podcast up. I got you, bro. I'm so excited. Woo-woo. And then you get on there like, I'm like, bro, you done spent all your energy you were supposed to have for the day these last 2 weeks. You should have sat your ass.
Right, because I know eventually you want to put these platforms on iHeart, Spotify. Yes. And that's what we're about, being professional. Because like, okay, make sure you're in a quiet place. Make sure you got no. I seen people, they can be talking to people in the background. Why y'all? That was like, really?
Mm-hmm. They doing the most. They don't take it just, but that's why some people say you got to put a price on it, because when they pay for it, it makes it. But then my other thing is a lot of, I don't know, I'm different. It's like, if somebody asked me like in the time, can you pay $20 for the platform? I'm going to ask a million questions because I get it, but shit is high. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some people have kids. Some people have multiple kids. You could have took that $10 and went and got diapers just because you wanted to talk and have a chance to be on somebody's podcast with a flyer to market you. Like, you don't got to pay me $10. Come on. Like, right. Just come talk to me. Now, others, if you want to do the most, and a lot of people want second interviews. Like, can I get a second interview? Now you got to pay. Because what do you want to talk to me again for? We was just already talking for an hour. What else could you say?
Hey, I agree. Hey, be professional, because like I say, you want these shows on iHeart, Spotify, podcast.
You gotta pay monthly premiums for that, like iHeart and Spotify.
I gotta upload more episodes, and a big shout out to my homeboy Truth Seeker out of Mobile. He had put me on this platform, and I could all shows that we're doing, once I upload, they'll go to Apple, iHeart, Spotify. I can turn you on to it and stuff
I
like
was just,
that.
you know, the words just come out of my mouth. Okay, so what platform is this?
Basically, what I'm doing, this StreamYard.
But yeah, I got the StreamYard. So is
Yeah.
that where you're upload this right here, and then you're just adding everything on there, like how they give you your choices?
Yeah.
It's StreamYard.
Yeah, because you know, with the streaming and you know, they do the reels and stuff. So all this stuff, they break it down for me. So
What you mean they do the reels and stuff? Hold on, I got to do a little bit more research on this.
yeah.
Wait,
Hey, but you know what? Once again, talking about the investment, I don't mind investing myself. As we do this episode, it's gonna break down the reels, the shorts.
Who's breaking it down? StreamYard?
StreamYard.
Wait, what? I'm over here screen recording my episodes from YouTube so I can get a piece of it so I can put it on social media. And you telling me that they break it down?
Yep.
Y'all gotta talk after the show.
For sure.
Share
Yep.
knowledge. Knowledge is power.
Tell me
Yep.
about it. I love that. You just put me onto something. I'm so excited. That
Oh
is
yeah.
sweet.
Not yeah. Hey, I don't mind investing. I don't mind. I put my money where it's mouth is. I don't mind investing. Hey, but anyway, I'm not gonna hold y'all ladies up. It's already we overtime now, so I gotta. Of course, I work and I gotta do 16 hours. I gotta go to bed, go to work.
You
at
got to go to
10.
work right now?
No, not right now. 10 o'clock tonight, and then I don't get off to like 2:30 the next day. I gotta work. I gotta grind. I'm a man. I got responsibility. But before we get ready to depart, Nancy, before we go, Queen V, do you have any words of advice, any signs of wisdom you want to leave with the listening audience? We live stream and also look on the replay.
Always remember the word impossible says I'm possible. So that means you can go do anything you put your mind to.
Amen.
That's it. So go ahead, Nancy, lead us out. Of course, before we go, Nat, go ahead and play your social media site, all of the good stuff before we get ready to depart. And also, you know,
I'm on
lead us out.
Instagram, I'm on Threads, and I'm on Facebook. So find me there, Kingdom Chick. And I have a quote. It says, let God's light guide your dreams. Nurture them with faith and passion, trusting that his divine plan will lead you to the future beyond your wildest dreams.
That's it. That's it. Hey, live your life. This is your time. I don't want to say season because everybody keeps saying it's your season, it's your season. Nah, it's what you make out of it. Man, go ahead, make some out of it. Like I said, we about to get ready to depart. Man, y'all enjoy your Sabbath, enjoy your Saturday. Me and Nancy will be back this week, prime time, Tuesday, Wednesday, and of course Saturday. Man, y'all enjoy y'all day. Be blessed on purpose, and most importantly, build your kingdom and establish your empire. Peace, everybody.
Bye.
You are stronger than your fears and setbacks. Never forget that. Nothing on this earth can overpower you. You got the strength, the power through, living truth, digging the roots.